Good afternoon, I'm Steve Melton. I'm here at the truck show in Central Florida. This is our annual truck show for the Vintage Truck Club of America and the Florida chapter. And we have a great contingent of trucks coming from all over the country here. And one of those is Joe Gavalis, who has brought his international truck in, and it's some special things about it that I want Joe to share with us and show why this is a special truck. Joe, what makes this truck special? I look and I see 4 axles, which that blows my mind. Tell me about the axles. Why is this?
The truck was ordered from new with 1 lift axle to haul concrete bridge beams. When the company who purchased it new received it, they added the 2nd lift axle, and there's a pin-on axle that goes onto the back for the weight of making and transporting the concrete beams.
I see. Okay.
Let's walk down and have a closer look, and if you don't mind.
I'll start with the axle number 1, your steer axle. Axle 2 and 3 I can operate individually up in the cab, put them up or down, add as much down pressure as I need to. And axle 4 and 5 are the drive axles. And there is a axle number 6 that goes on the back to carry more weight, but it came too far from home to bring axle number 6. So you got your 2 drive axles, 2 lifts, and your steer. It is double framed front to back. At the 2 lift axles, axle 2 and 3, it is triple framed. The axle 4 and 5 are 2-speed rears with a 4:63 ratio. You flip the switch, you go down to a 6:10 ratio, and they're 46,000 pound rears with a 14,000 pound 600 axle in the front. And that's about it. The empty weight of the truck is just under 27,000.
Okay, Joe, tell me about what you said that this was hauling bridge beams. How would this rig up?
When you hook to your concrete bridge beam, you have a bolster, which is a trailer that's about 3 feet long that goes on your 5th wheel. And there is no trailer. Your steerable trailer is out at the end of the concrete bridge beam. So you deliver the load, all you have is a little piece of trailer in the front, and you hook it to your steerable dolly in the back, and that's how you come home with a little 20-foot trailer.
So what you're saying is you're carrying the beam as the actual trailer. It's all, you don't have it's not sitting on the trailer, it's just sitting on the dollies then.
Correct, the beam is your trailer.
The beam is the trailer, okay. Well, this is so unique, and even though it's restored, you were saying that this is actually a working truck now.
I use this truck as my full-time driver. It was supposed to be a show truck at first, but we have too much time and money involved in it, so now it's a work truck.
And where are you from?
We come out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania to the show today.
Well, we want to thank you for coming down all that way and driving this here to be a part of this show. This means so much.
It's my pleasure. Well, glad to be here in Florida.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
We walk this way back toward the front, and the viewers that I put these videos out for, we always like to know about, specs, engine specs, and power and things like that. So mileage and the type of engine that you have.
When I got the truck, it had 320,000 original miles on it. I've since put about 90,000 on it. We have a Big Cam 3 400 Cummins. We did upgrade to the 2-line fuel system. There is a number 10 button in the fuel pump with a couple extra shims to get a higher RPM. There is a 13-speed transmission. That was all redone.
And what type of transmission is it?
It's a Eaton Fuller 13-speed, 146/13.
Okay.
And what do you haul with it now? You spoke about bridge beams in its prior life. What do you haul with it?
We still haul bridge beams for that same company, and we have a bunch of low bed trailers, a 10 and a 13 axle. Then we have extendable RGN trailers, extendable single drop trailers, extendable flatbeds. You pretty much name the trailer, we have it.
Okay. And so paint a picture of where you go with some of the beams and what that requires to be able to maneuver things like that.
You would think it's hard to maneuver a 120-foot beam, but it's not. The trailer, you steer the trailer from up in the cab of the truck while you're driving around the corner. If you turn your steering wheel left, push the right button on the remote control for the trailer.
So you're saying the back axle will actually turn also from a remote in the cab?
Correct.
Oh.
And the slower you go around a corner, the better response you have for the returning of the trailer, because it is electric over hydraulic, and it works out very well. You just take your time, and it does really well.
Where did you find the truck, and did you see it and knew that it would be a perfect fit for the company because of the specialized work that you guys do?
Actually, the company we got it from, my uncle owned the company, and they were right across the street from our trucking company, so it worked out well.
Okay, didn't have to go too far then.
No.
Let's turn the tables now. Ask him some questions about him. This gentleman walks up and he points a microphone at you.
So you come up and want to talk to me. I don't know your name. I don't know who you're with, where you're from. Are you?
Well, thanks for asking. I'm Steve Melton. I've been raised here in Central Florida in ranching and farming, and I started collecting tractors, and once you get the collection bug, I drifted into collecting trucks. So I like everything that's collectible now, and so I've become part of this club and have just enjoyed it so much, learning about the big trucks. I have smaller trucks, but it's been education to learn what built America. And so this is what I've enjoyed being together with this new group.
From what I know, when I met Mr. Melton, it was about 7 years ago, and you're generational. So you're not the first generation Floridian. So explain that and some of the things that you've kept going within the generations.
Being raised on a farm and ranch, my dad started the farm and ranch, and there were 4 brothers that worked side by side, shoulder to shoulder with Dad and all of the brothers together, building the ranch up. And so for years we were trying to buy a little extra land and could not afford tractors for our ranch and farm. But we bought old, wore-out tractors, and that's the only thing we could afford. Finally, we got the land paid off and we bought new tractors. Well, about that time, I started collecting the old tractors that I had as a kid. And my dad said, "Son, we spent all of our life trying to get rid of these tractors and you're buying them back?" He couldn't understand the collection bug that I got. And all collections is a way to kind of grab your youth or remember good days.
I agree.
So.
And what other type of things do you do for the local community, or the things that people get to enjoy when they come to your place?
Yeah, I have an agriculture museum in Central Florida here, just north of Tampa and Dade City area, and I collect a lot of tractors, but I collect all of the heritage arts of gristmill and sugarcane cooking, of which Chris did several years ago, and I'd like to spin alpaca wool and yarn, and also, but I do blacksmithing, but I love to grab the past and carry it to the next generation. And so I'm also volunteering for a local museum that's being very active now. And so I just love to preserve the past. It connects us to the future. So what my motto is, collecting the past that we can secure the future. Joe, I want to thank you for coming down to Florida. I know that's a long trip from Pennsylvania, but thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having us.
And would you come next year?
Absolutely.
Well, I look forward to it. So thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.